And now, an ad from Dad.
All right, save money on car insurance when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Can I take these off? All right. What is this? This looks good. Wow. That's well made. Where did you get this? I'm talking to you with the hair. Yeah, where did you get this? It's good stuff. That's solid. That's not veneer. That's solid stuff.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
You're listening to the PRO Media Network. The next level in entertainment.
Post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
For all things Pelicans, man, you're now listening to the Pelicans post-game on the PRO Media Network. I'm Big Q, chiming in with you on Pelican Post-Game Report 382. That's right, episode 382, as we cover the latest news on your New Orleans Pelicans, man. And it's a lot of exciting stuff going on in free agent period as the Pelicans continue to make moves. And we continue to cover it, man, here on the Pelican Post-Game Report. And, man, I just got to give him credit, man. You got VP David Griffin operating on a high level with the Pelicans. Tranger Langdon at the general manager, they're doing great things. Started off coming here with a plan, trying to entice Anthony Davis to stay. He chose ultimately to leave. They put a package together, which is basically a copy of what Irvin Magic Johnson did when he was in the VP chair for the Lakers, minus Kyle Kuzma and an extra pick, of course. But they were able to bring in fresh talent, and with some of the talent they acquired, speaking of Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram, Jason Hart, and several picks into the future, first rounders for the Pelicans to build well into the future. I have to start the podcast off by mentioning that because it was a monumental task they were able to accomplish once the deal goes final on the 6th. The trade will be completed between the Lakers and the Pelicans, and ultimately it'll be official that Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Jason Hart, and several first-round draft picks into the future will become official. Big because it addresses two starting needs for the Pelicans with the point guard position pairing Ball and Holiday together, and Brandon Ingram at the small forward position. Mind you that Dale Demps was never able to truly satisfy during his tenure here. Ingram, basically solves the issue as long as he can remain healthy, and Griffin and Tranger Langdon were able to knock it out the park on their first attempt. So it's showing you it's not hard if you know what you're doing. But, you know, that's just some of the recent moves from the past. As far as free agency concerned, as it's fired up, in today's show, we're going to talk about those latest acquisitions that the Pelicans were able to have. Once the free agent period started 6 o'clock on this past Sunday, teams started willing and dealing. The Pelicans had $30 million after packaging Solomon Hill and a pick and trading them out and opening up that almost $13 million that came back to the Pelicans, putting them over $30 million. And they were able to do something with that money. One of the key moves they made in free agency, they were able to sign J.J. Redick, and that's a part of what we're going to cover on today's show. We're going to talk about the latest free agents moves that the Pelicans have making. We're going to also cover the fact that Zion Williamson, the overall first-round pick in the past 2019 NBA draft, as we'll talk about news with him as he inks his contract. We'll give you some of the particulars as best we can. We'll talk about the Pelicans Summer League roster as that's been released, and we'll get into the breakdown of these free agents that the Pelicans are bringing in here. Now, that's the excellent thing about, to me, man, it's just spectacular, man, what they're doing. And a lot of people can speak to the fact that the Pelicans have really came in this thing looking for opportunity to kind of move in a position where, they're looking to compete. They're not looking to play the game where they're going to sit around and say, well, we're going to wait and build into the future No, this team is firing off the tarmac, looking to get in the air right away. They're not playing any games. They want to compete, and they want to compete this year, and you got to give them credit for that. And this is not a short-range plan. So, well, you got to be patient with us. We're going to build or what have you. They were able to satisfy Drew Holiday, keep him happy while putting quality pieces around him and then freeing up all that money. So let's get right into the particulars of J.J. Redick's. Start with the free agent move. First free agent signing the Pelicans were able to ink was J.J. Redick, who, according to various to Agent Wojnarowski and various other NBA sources, agreed to a 2-year deal worth $26.5 million. So basically, they get J.J. Redick, who is 35 years old, and will sign him on a 2-year deal, basically a short deal. But what he does provide with J.J. Redick is not really great defensively, although he's worked on his defense, have gotten a little bit better with his defensive acumen. That's not his specialty. He's more of a sharpshooter and one of the best sharpshooters in the league over the last several years. Up to last year was one of his best years with the Philadelphia 76ers. He averaged 18 points a game and played in 76 games through 31.3 minutes in the starting capacity, shot 44% from the field, and a mind-blowing almost 40% from downtown, 39.7 to be accurate, but almost 40% if you average it off. From the three-point line last year. That's ridiculous. 89% from the free throw line, 40% from the three-point line, and from the field, 44%. Excellent. Just that's what he is, a marksman. And the Pelicans were looking to kind of set it straight, bringing this man in here, because they know they needed Redick to be a person that could help them in that regard, because they needed shooters around Zion Williamson to help out. And they've gotten one of the best shooters in the league in J.J. Redick. This was an excellent signing for the Pelicans. Now, of course, Redick's 35 years old. He's 6'4", about 200 pounds, out of Duke. A former 11th overall first-round pick out of Orlando. Spent time with various teams, but he's basically, his career is 836 games played, averaged almost 26 minutes a game, shot almost 45% from the field, and he's a career 41.3 three-point shooter, a career 89.1 free throw shooter, and on the career averages about 13 points a game. So this is a really excellent addition for the Pelicans for the price that the Pelicans gave up to him. Like I said, the deal is basically a two-year deal worth $26.5 million. So the Pelicans get J.J. Redick, they sign him, they bring him under the fold, and what he basically do is he gives the team a shooter who can spread the floor for the Pelicans. And when the guys were able to when guys kind of get stuck in, want to double down on Drew Holiday or get double down on some of these other guys, J.J. Redick's going to keep him honest. But big ups to the Pelicans for making this addition. It opens up the floor, gives him one of the best three-point shooters, and the Pelicans are doing terrific things, man. Off top, very good. Next acquisition we want to talk about, the Pelicans. This is not official. They're still working on it. The trade sources, the Pelicans are set to acquire Utah's Derek Favors. Now, Favors is a 4 who could play a little bit of 5. He's a guy that's known for his defense. He turns 28 in July. He's set to make about $17.5 million next season. But the Jazz needed to move on after agreeing to sign with Bojan Bogdanovic. They needed to free that money. So the Pelicans had just over $18 million in cap space after agreeing to deals with Nikola Melli, who we're going to get a little bit into Melli and J.J. Redick early Sunday. Favors was he was a former third overall pick in the 2010 draft, but was traded his rookie season to Utah, where he's been ever since. Now, last year, Favors averaged almost 12 points a game, 7.4 rebounds while blocking a shot and a half per game in 24 minutes of action. Now, this is a solid move by the Pelicans as well. Now, he's going to cost them about $17 million. Just he's 1 year left on this deal, so the Pelicans signed 2 of these free agents, Redick to a 2-year deal, traded to get Derek Favors, who would definitely plug in at the center position. He can run, move the floor, play defense. He has what I call that strong man game. He mirrors Julius Randle, just a bigger, more physical version of Julius Randle, not as skilled as Julius Randle is, but he does have a three-point shot. He's worked on shooting the three-pointer, and he's physical, man. This guy is the kind of guy you would want to have in that kind of offense with Elvin Gentry. So this was another really good move, too, for the Pelicans that you got to give them credit for. Getting a guy like Derek Favors and J.J. Redick, who's a shooter, sharpshooter, and Derek Favors, who's a guy that's basically a brute in the paint, who can move, run the floor, shot block. Nothing comes easy when Derek Favors in there. He's going to try to block every shot. He's not going to let you bully him in the post. He has experience. He's an experienced big man, but still very young, and he has a doable contract. So the Pelicans solving some key moves right there. Now, like I said, this was a nice move by the Pelicans to make this move. Now, only thing they gave up to get Derek Favors in here was 2 second-round picks, which were the 2021 second-round pick and the 2023 second-round pick. So you basically gave up 2 second-round picks for a starting-level center in Derek Favors. And the only thing the Pelicans are doing is absorbing his $16 million is basically what it breaks down. His base salary at $16 million. J.J. Redick's base salary is set just under $13 million. So you get Redick for under $13 million. Sharpshooter for 26 for 2 years, 13 a year, and you get Derek Favors in his final year at $16 million, which probably give the Pelicans a little bit over $2 million and some change remaining. Also, the Pelicans did sign another European big that's known for his three-point shooting and offensive skill set, Nicole Melli. He agreed to a 2-year deal worth $8 million, so basically a sharpshooter from the other side of the pond. He'll come in and on a 2-year deal, average about $4 million a year for Nicole Melli, who averaged about 7 points a game last year and 4 rebounds in Europe. Now, these are some really interesting moves for the Pelicans as they sign some of these men. Not to kind of go back to the J.J. Redick and Derek Favors. Ultimately, you look at the lineup, and you have the point guard position, which will be Lonzo Ball once the trade comes through. Drew Holiday at the 2. 3 will be Ingram. 4 will be Zion Williamson. 5 will ultimately be Derek Favors. Now, that is a pretty solid lineup when you look at it. Ball, Holiday, Ingram, Williamson, and Derek Favors at the center position. And then you have all of them, that youth off the bench. You have the draft picks like Jackson Hayes off the bench. You have Frank Jackson. You have a few other moves, people out there as well. Now, the Pelicans probably are, I would say that they're not done. The Pelicans probably could use another veteran point guard off the bench that can help in that capacity with Lonzo Ball. Of course, you have Frank Jackson, but still in all, I would still want to have a veteran experienced point guard to come off the bench to run the second unit. If something were to happen to Lonzo Ball, I still have the veteran to cover it. But where the question begs itself, we know where Derek Favors is going to start, obviously. Where does J.J. Redick go? J.J. Redick, most people saying, okay, you make $12 million a year. He should be, or $13 million annually. He should be in the starting lineup. I disagree. I think the best use of J.J. Redick's talent is to bring him off the bench as a 6-man. To come off the bench because of his liability as a defensive player. Lonzo Ball and Drew Holiday give you a very stout unit. J.J. Redick can come off the bench. Maybe in certain game packages you can switch it up. But ultimately, I do not like the idea of Drew Holiday playing point guard. I like to keep him in his role where he's off the ball and somebody else handles the ball, which is what Lonzo Ball's good at. And J.J. Redick acts as a 6-man that comes off the bench. I love that idea with Derek Favors, and it kind of solidifies the bench as well. And the Pelicans probably ultimately looking to make one more free agent move, possibly landing a veteran point guard down the line. So outside that, the Pelicans doing big things. Can't say any different about that. Big ups to the Pelicans organization for what they're doing and making a move. Also, moving on to more news, number 1 pick in the draft, Zion Williamson, agrees to his rookie contract with the Pelicans. Now, he agreed on Monday, and there's pictures of him on Twitter, him and his father signing his first NBA deal with the Pelicans. Terrific to have this guy. And it's awesome, man. And he, Ball, Hart, Brandon Ingram, all those draft picks that was picked up by the Pelicans press will just build his team into a legitimate contender. No doubt about it. Now, in his one season with Duke, he averaged almost 23 points a game, 9 rebounds, about 2 assists, 2 steals, and almost 2 blocks a game while shooting 68% from the field. Now, you need help in his 3-point game, but the guy is unstoppable. And with that level of help around him, he should be awesome. He was showered all kind of praise, including ACC Player of the Year, ACC Tournament MVP, and National College Player of the Year. Pelicans get it all. And, of course, you team some of these veterans and these players with him, it'll be really difficult to stop him. Jason Hart's a good shooter. Etwan Moore. Ingram is improving his shot as well. And it's just a fantastic way to make moves. Now, the particulars of the deal is not known, but according to Sport Track, he signed a 2-year, $20 million contract with New Orleans. Now, basically, remember in most rookie deals, they have those added years on there where the team has control of the rookie several years beyond the 2 years, where his money increases every year. But what Sport Track is reporting, it's a 2-year, $20 million contract. The particulars haven't fully been released, but we'll have more and more on that as it is revealed to us. So big ups to Zion Williamson, the Pelicans organization. As they was able to get this done, man, this is a major move and in highest regard. And I just love the fact the Pelicans are making these moves, getting things lined up, heading into the future. Okay, the next thing is we're going to talk about the New Orleans Pelicans Summer League roster, which is something a few people asked me about via email, talking about, when we're going to talk about that. Well, the Summer League roster sets and Anthony Davis trade won't be official to July 6th, so Jackson Hayes and Nickeil Alexander-Walker cannot join the team until the second game at the earliest, until that July 6th move is official. So, but Zion will be the main attraction. He in New Orleans will be led by Frank Jackson, Christian Wood, Kenrich Williams will play and try to build chemistry with him. And now the NBA Summer League serves the two purposes. They have three types of players. That's the newly highly touted rookies needing some game time in NBA setting. And they are the marginal NBA players who featured in garbage time duty while aiming to kind of develop themselves. Now the team's trying to find overlooked role players who deserve a chance. Now the Pelicans roster is balanced with a good mix of all three players getting to work together toward the goal of making a regular season difficult. And the Summer League people is where you can kind of make a name for yourself early on. Now, Zion Williamson is good. Frank Jackson will be in there. You see Christian Woods, who I really like. Kenrich Williams, who's really is going to step it up for the Pelicans. And it's just love what they're doing. Now, let me see if I can hit you guys with a list of some of the other guys that will be getting minutes with the team, as Fred Vincent is the coach of the Las Vegas team. Now, Jackson, Wood, Williams are known quantities looking for developmental time. Now, they can get a little bit more experience, but the Pelicans will give ample time to other re-signed college free agents like Zion Cheatham, Aubrey Dawkins, Javon Best, Jalen Adams. Now, Cheatham, Dawkins, Best, and Adams represent the Pelicans' secondary summer lottery. Those four need ample time on the court, hopefully mixed with the Pelicans' senior players. Now, New Orleans just needs one of them to pan out in the serviceable to be off the bench. Now, Adams, Dawkins should get a chance to start, but you also have Jackson and Blewett, Best, Cheatham will get stretches of time on the wing. They are Alexander, who Hayes will finally be able to join the team, and we should see some of those guys as well. So the Pelicans, man, are I mean, could we say Summer League champs with Zion Williamson? That's something that never happened before in the Pelicans, that they never won a Summer League, but this could be big, man, with Zion Williamson playing. Perhaps and possibly the Pelicans might be able to get a Summer League win there, turning it up. So interesting, man. Very interesting and great moves for the Pelicans moving forward. Picking up talent like J.J. Redick with shooting what he shoots, which is fantastic, Then, of course, you have the acquisition of Derek Favors, who's a brute. And we often talk about this in several years back, prior podcasts, talking about how small the Pelicans were with guys like Sheik Diallo, undersized team. We wanted to have athleticism. We wanted to have size, and we wanted to have shooting. The Pelicans lacked a lot of that last year and years beyond that. Now that is not the case this year. The Pelicans are long. Lonzo Ball's a big guard that goes along with Drew Holiday. Ingram is 6'9", but some believe it's just 6'9", close to 6'10", small forward, very long, lanky. Zion Williamson is undersized power forward at 6'7", but athleticism out of the roof, physically imposing, dominating guy. He can get his own shot. Then you add Derek Favors to the mix, which is 6'10", 265 pounds, brute, good at rebounding, running the floor, and has a three-point shot that can pose down and knock down shots. And the Pelicans wanted to get a big that can do that. The focus was on obtaining a big who can knock it down, who can act as a stretch at would need to be a knockdown, wide open 3-point shot. Derek Favors did that well against the Pelicans when Utah played him. They left him open. He burned them countless times. So the David Griffin-led Pelicans are really doing a phenomenal job of attracting the right people here, getting J.J. Redick with his sharpshooting, adding guys like Derek Favors, and they've basically solved the center position. They've solved the 6-man position. They've solved the point guard position, and they even solved the small forward position. And now they're looking simply to kind of add credible depth off the bench to keep it rolling. So the Pelicans doing a fantastic job moving ahead, man. I like to say congratulations to the Pelican brass. David Griffin, Trajan Langdon, Gail Benson, y'all are doing a terrific job here, man. Got no complaints, man. Keep it up. We're going to be looking forward to that signing that veteran point guard, so we'll keep an eye on that. That'll do it for the Pelican Post-Game Report on the PRO Media Network. If you like the show, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the like button so we can attract more Pelican people like yourself. And donate to the show if you want. Share the show on social media to help us out. I'm Big Q. Thank you for listening. Peace.
Straight sports talk from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
Embrace Pet Insurance is more than just pet insurance. Embrace Pet Insurance promises to provide genuine support and certainty when your pet needs it the most. With personalized accident and illness policies, compassionate customer care, 24/7 access to veterinary professionals, flexible wellness plans, timely claims processing, and online customer portals, their values is what makes them Embrace. So, when selecting a pet insurance company as a partner in your pet's care, you deserve a company that has your pet's best interests at heart. Get top-rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Up to 90% back on bills at any vet, total protection, pet insurance and wellness, and dependable claims payments. Get the top-rated and reviewed coverage for your pet today. Go to EmbracePetInsurance.com. That's EmbracePetInsurance.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Get all the latest news and updates from your New Orleans Pelicans at the Pelicans Argue. The new and official Pelicans Daily Journal, covering everything Pelicans.
Attention, everyone.
Get breakdown on games, free agent signings and potential moves, unbiased opinions and straight up facts with statistical analysis from G Balance. Go to www.thesportsdaily.com/Pelicans-I-View.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
Do you need a domain name? How about a host for your website that can work with WordPress? Try Namecheap.com. They make registering, hosting, and managing domain names for yourself or others easy and affordable because the internet needs people. Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain register and technology company founded in 2000. It's one of the fastest growing American companies according to the 2018 Inc. 5000, celebrating nearly 2 decades of providing unparalleled levels of service, security, and support. Namecheap has been steadfast in customer satisfaction with over 10 million domains under management. Namecheap is among the top domain registrars and web providers in the world. They offer a full selection of popular and unique domains along with fully featured hosting packages, SSL security certificates, WhoisGuard privacy protections, and more, all at the lowest prices in the industry. So if you need a domain name or hosting or anything else, think Namecheap.com. That's right, Namecheap.com. Check the description section below for link.
Sports fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love, unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Join Fanatics Rewards for free to earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and for a limited time, get 20% off all orders. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
There's a lot of reasons to be a fan, but only NBAStore.com has all the gear.
Are you a Pelicans fan? Check out the Pelican Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network.
Get to Old Navy for star-spangled style. Right now, everything's on sale, up to 60% off. That's right, get everything from tees, shorts, dresses, and swim, all at 60% off. Now till July 7th at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid through 7/7, select styles only. Get to Old Navy for star-spangled style. Right now, everything's on sale, up to 60% off. That's right, get everything from tees, shorts, dresses, and swim, all at 60% off. Now till July 7th at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid through 7/7, select styles only.